If you want to fix your lower back pain with exercises, you need to stretch, strengthen, and mobilize the spinal joints, especially that lower joint, the lumbosacral joint. So here's the best exercises to do all three of those things. The lumbosacral joint is the most problematic joint in the lower back. It tends to get restricted, usually from the way we sit or lift, causing anything from tightness to severe back pains or sciatica. So here's two great options to mobilize it. Starting in a tabletop position, ease gently into yoga's cobra position. The key here is slowly and gently. Let your back relax completely and hang here for about 5 seconds. I prefer the chin in rather than the chin up position because it's better for your lower neck. Then move right back until your pelvis is touching your heels, or as near as you can, and relax here for 5 seconds. Alternate between these two positions 10 times slowly, once a day, to mobilize the lumbosacral joint. If your low back hurts in one of these positions, especially the cobra position, don't move in that direction as your spine may be inflamed. So for example, just move between the tabletop position and child's pose position instead. Exercise 2 is like yoga's cat-cow movement but localized to the lower back. From the tabletop position again, with neck straight, relax your lumbar spine down. Don't force it down, just relax it down. And then use your abs to strongly lift and tilt the pelvis the other way. Hold for a second in each position and then slowly move the other way, keeping within a pain-free range of motion. Try to keep your mid-back and neck straight so that you're looking at the ground. Repeat 10 times slowly, once a day. To loosen up lower back joints, practitioners that specialize in manipulation tend to use a lumbar roll adjustment because rotation opens up the spinal joints. The Bretzel exercises do this very effectively. And the great thing is that they mobilize the mid-back and the pelvis too, which play a big part in many cases of low back pain. Start off on your side with a straight torso and bottom leg, and top leg bent to about 90 or 100 degrees at the hip. Grab the shin of your top leg with palm up, and the foot of the bottom leg palm up too. Then, keeping your top knee down and bottom leg straight with your torso, relax the top shoulder down to the mat as far as it can comfortably go. Breathe out as you relax and look slightly behind yourself. Hold this position for 5 seconds, then push with your foot and shin against your hands for a few seconds. Try to straighten out both legs but resist with your hands. Then breathe out, relax completely and try to allow your shoulder to sag further towards the floor. Repeat this, pushing against your hands and then relaxing further into rotation 3 to 5 times on each side once a day. One bonus of this exercise is that it stretches the rectus femoris of the lower leg, which if tight can increase your lower back arch and compress the spinal joints. Exercise 4. In the Bretzel 2.0 exercise, start off with your legs in a 90-90 position, place your hands parallel with your front thigh and straighten your elbows. Breathe out and rotate your torso until you feel a nice stretch. Do this for 5 slow breaths once a day. If the Bretzel exercises seem a bit hard for you or your knees, a corkscrew stretch is a good alternative. With your top leg bent to 90 degrees, you can hold underneath your thigh so as not to bend your knee too much. Then simply put the opposite arm straight against the ground and pull the top leg towards the ground as you breathe out. Repeat for 5 slow breaths once a day. The multifidus muscle is probably the most important stabilizing muscle for lower back movements, and recent research has shown that dysfunction of this muscle is strongly associated with lower back pain. This muscle can actually deactivate, begin to work very poorly and sluggishly after a bout of low back pain, and then stay inactive, causing chronic lumbar problems. So here's how to activate and strengthen it again. From a tabletop position, with chin tucked in so that you're facing straight down, straighten one arm and the opposite leg. Tighten your abdominal muscles to make sure that your lower back doesn't arch, and hold it for 5 seconds. The aim is to do this without moving your pelvis to one side and without rotating the pelvis. Holding the position is the key, as this makes the multifidus work hard to stabilize your frame. Alternate sides, repeating until light fatigue, and work towards 10 times each side every second day over time. If you find it too hard and your back muscles tend to cramp up a bit, try it with both hands on the ground to start with and only lifting your legs slightly. Then build up the leg lift and later add the arm movement over time. Lastly, weak glutes are a major cause of dysfunction in the lower back. A weak glute maximus can lead to an increased arch in your lower back, which compresses spinal joints. And glute medius and minimus are very important to keep the pelvis level on each side. We've already worked the glute max in the bird dog exercise, so let's just finish with one exercise that covers all of these pelvic supporting muscles, a single leg bridge. Lying face up with one leg bent, push the foot on the ground away from your body to help isolate the glutes. Engage your abs to prevent lumbar arching, and then lift your body, hold for a few seconds, and lower back down. Repeat until you feel a light fatigue in your glutes, and work towards one set of 10 on each leg every second day. If you find that a bit hard, you can start off with the raised leg in an easier position, or even a double leg raise, and then at the top lifting one foot off the ground as you hold. Now, if you're having troubles more with your sacroiliac joint or sciatica, I'll leave some links in the description box below to videos to help you with those. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing, because it always really helps, and let me know how you go in the comment section below. Okay, cheers.